To start this install, you're going to need some sort of a heat source like a hair dryer, a cleaning cloth, and basically something you can use to protect the front of your iPad while you're working with the install. We're going to start out here by cleaning it and then removing the release liner. We're actually going to use the release liner on this skin install as a spacer. Go ahead and turn it sideways and place it over the middle of the skin. Make sure the camera hole is still visible, as well as the cutout for the 30-pin dock. Go ahead and flip the skin over and start by aligning the camera hole. Take your time here to get it perfect. Once you're happy with your alignment, you can take your finger and just touch, and this will tack the skin into place. Now this is where the release liner comes in handy. This will allow you to slide the skin left to right to align your 30-pin dock, making sure that this is exactly squared up. Now we're going to go lift the right corner. This will allow us to make sure everything is flat and square. We're going to double check our alignment on the camera hole and make any finite adjustments if we need to. Double check the alignment again at the bottom for the 30-pin dock. And now we're going to tack a hinge in place. Go ahead and run your finger across the top. This will make sure the skin cannot move when we do our next step. At this point, you're going to go ahead and peel up the bottom of the skin, lift it completely, and remove the release liner out. Go ahead and let the skin drop back into place. And we know the positioning is perfect because we took our time on the previous steps. Go ahead and take your time here smoothing out all the air bubbles. At this stage of the game, we're not going to press the corners down. The iPad 2 has a little bit more of an extreme curvature in the corners than the original iPad and the MacBooks, so we are going to need heat in order to seat those. But again, right now we're just smoothing out any air bubbles to make sure that everything is down and well seated. You'll see here that we didn't press the corners down. If you did, it's not going to hurt anything. We can just lift those back up and heat them. But you'll see here that this next step will make the installation go much easier. I'm putting it down here for the camera just to show you that it's not going to go down completely if you don't use the heat. So now we're going to turn our hair dryer on to soften the film. You'll see here as it gets warm, the film will become very pliable and easy to put down around the corner. Now we start out by going right over the corner itself and then working the film in the outside areas after that. You can see that the hair dryer is not super hot, being that my hand is in the shot the entire time that it's running. We're going to move on to the next corner now. Same thing, just leaving the hair dryer running and letting it soften the film there as we put down the corners. Once you've heated it and installed the corners, you don't have to worry about them coming back up at a later time. The film will remember this new shape that you're forming it to as you warm it with the hair dryer. Got one more corner here. You can see as we lift it up just to let the film get nice and soft, and we'll just rub it right down in the corners. On to the last corner here. Still, the hair dryer is running this entire time, just softening the film. At this point, we're almost complete with our entire installation. We just need to insert the Apple logo and we'll be all done. We're going to go ahead and give you a 360 view here just so you can get a good idea of what it looks like once all the corners are seated and down. For this installation, we're going to make sure we clean the glass very well. Make sure there's no fingerprints or any grease streaks anywhere on the glass. I know it's a little out of shot here, but we are going to only fold the release liner back about an inch. This will expose just the top section of the skin. It'll make it a lot easier to be able to align the top section. Take your time and align the camera as well as the other sensor here. Once you get the positioning exactly where it needs to be, you're going to go ahead and touch to tack the film in place around the camera hole. Now if you need to, you can adjust your left or right side just to make sure that everything's perfectly level and tack along the entire top. Now we're going to remove the release liner from the rest of the skin and align our home button. You may need to give the film just a little bit of a pull here to make sure that it goes all the way down. Again, go ahead and tack the center, and if you need to do any adjustments to your left or right corners, you can do this individually. At any point you can relift the skin if you need to try and realign anything and then put it back down. Just go ahead and smooth out any air bubbles. And we'll go ahead and insert our home button cover. And we're done. Thank you and enjoy your skin from iCarbons.